When one of boxing's most famous partnerships falls apart, the results are explosive. Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta "Tank" Davis were once an unstoppable team mentor and student, champion and promoter, but now their relationship has turned chaotic. As Tank prepares for his big fight against Lamont Roach, tensions with Floyd have boiled over, and their clashes are making headlines, creating as much drama outside the ring as the fight promises inside it. What started as public tension has escalated into full-blown drama. Floyd Mayweather confronted Tank Davis during a private face-to-face, and things quickly spiraled out of control. We'll break down exactly what happened, how it ties into the ongoing Calvin Ford feud, and why Floyd is furious about Tank's sudden retirement plans, all happening as the Gervonta Davis vs. Lamont Roach press conference erupts into chaos.
Yeah, that's fine.
What up, though?
Let's rewind to earlier this week. Insiders say Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis had a private meeting to try and clear the air, but it didn't go as planned. Floyd was already furious over two things: Tank's sudden plan to retire after the Lamont Roach fight and his falling out with Calvin Ford. In the meeting, Floyd reportedly confronted Tank about burning bridges and disrespecting those who helped build his career, but Tank wasn't backing down. One source said Tank had been holding on to anger toward Floyd for months, and when Floyd started lecturing him, he snapped. Witnesses say the argument quickly turned into a shouting match, with Floyd calling Tank ungrateful and Tank firing back that Floyd had been trying to control him for years. Things escalated when Floyd allegedly shoved Tank, and Tank retaliated with a punch. Security had to step in before it got worse, but by then, the damage was already done.
I kill you. You crazy? I know the fuck you think they're playing with.
Now, let's bring Calvin Ford into the picture, because this whole drama is closely tied to him.
Calvin Ford, what does he mean to you when you hear that name? What does he mean when you first hear that?
A father. Father. And then he's one of the guys that held a lot of this, like, this whole family together. Him with Kenny, but for sure, like, them two, they held the whole camp together, for sure.
Wouldn't be here without him? Would you say that? Without Calvin?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be here without him. Just off of the fact of when I was coming to the gym, I was getting that love that I ain't have at home type stuff. So it was always like, Calvin, saying I walked through the gym, Calvin, like, looking for him type stuff.
Yeah, he told me he used to come to the gym and you'd be outside, sleep in front of the gym, in front of the door.
Yeah, I used to run from I go to school, and then from school, I go straight to the gym, don't tell my grandma or nothing.
Calvin Ford was Tank's longtime coach and a father figure in his boxing career, but their bond ended when Ford chose to help train Floyd for his next exhibition fight, prompting Tank to cut ties with him.
The thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, you know. It's a rocky road that we're seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story is going to rebuild itself, you know. But again, That's how you burn bridges. Somebody said they say the true colors of a person is coming out, man, because they can't stand it. You know, calm is. I don't like using that word calm, you know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
So why would Calvin Ford, who's always been by Tank's side, make this sudden move? He's been surprisingly quiet about it, but insiders say he sees it as a rare chance to boost his own career.
Roger never got Trainer of the Year when Floyd was Fighter of the Year. Yeah. His dad never got Trainer of the Year. So, you know, I've been openly expressing that, and I think it's time that Calvin gets his just due.
Floyd's empire is huge, and joining Mayweather Promotions gives Ford access to more fighters, greater visibility, and opportunities for bigger fights than he could have ever imagined.
His lifestyle, he may be friends with the guy that fights that fights in the main event, but he can't live the same lifestyle that the main event fighter.
This isn't just about advancing his career. Word is Ford might also be frustrated with Tank, especially after all the recent chaos, from legal troubles and court appearances to Tank's roller coaster personal life making headlines.
You got handcuffs.
Hey, the little one inside.
You don't gotta ask me about her.
Well, we need to make sure she's with somebody.
She's okay. She's with somebody.
Okay, listen, I get you that you're upset, but we can't just say.
Tank felt betrayed, believing Ford chose Floyd over him, and it got worse when Ford officially joined Mayweather Promotions, which Tank sees as the ultimate betrayal. At the same time, Floyd views it as a slap in the face, telling the media that Tank is too emotional and letting personal issues hurt his career. During their heated confrontation, Floyd reportedly brought up the Calvin Ford situation, accusing Tank of being immature and letting his ego interfere with business.
That's how he feels. If he's upset with me over me being good to him, over me helping him, he can be upset.
I mean,
I'm not mad at him though.
Right.
He's entitled to be upset.
Tank fired back, calling Floyd a hypocrite and claiming he's the one who's been interfering in Tank's career ever since he left Mayweather Promotions.
Cut you off that you was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's weird. I feel like y'all got, I would say love and hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29. You'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
it. Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come.
The fallout with Calvin Ford wasn't enough to shake things up, but Tank's sudden retirement plans sent shockwaves through the boxing world.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight. You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
Just last week, Tank announced that 2025 will be the final year of his boxing career.
Are you retiring?
Are you losing the
trash?
What changed?
What made this shit trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
I'm out of it.
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything?
Fed up with the whole
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know. Like like say you got to walk today.
No one was more upset than Floyd. Sources say he felt personally insulted by Tank's decision, seeing it as another act of rebellion. During their heated confrontation, Floyd allegedly accused Tank of quitting and wasting his potential, all while the upcoming fight with Lamont Roach continues to draw huge attention.
The fact that Lamont Roach is as familiar with Tank Davis as he is, it goes beyond them fighting in the amateurs. They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with them or not. That matters. When you know a guy's rhythm, when you know their speed, when you know what they're thinking, that changes everything, you know? Saying all this to say that because I know we got a lot of people. It don't matter. When he get hit, he going to sleep. Just wait for it. This might be a fight until he gets hit. And again, he's tasted that before. So if he gets hit and he doesn't go away, we got a fighter in our hands, you know? I think it's a good fight. I think that there's better fights for Tank Davis, but this is a good fight.
This matchup has been hyped as one of the biggest events of the year, but instead of building excitement, the press conference erupted into absolute chaos.
They talking. They can't do nothing for you. They can't do nothing for me. They talking, but you know how I get. You know how it's gonna 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 get. A machine, a real machine. You know how it's gonna get. A real one. I'm the same nigga when they ain't around. You think that you catching them round. Nigga before I'm 10 on mama, get rid of them, mama leave them right there. Nigga before I'm 10 on mama, get rid of them, mama leave them right there. You niggas all talk. You niggas all.
It was meant to be a standard pre-fight press conference to hype up Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach, scheduled for March 1st, 2025.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubt himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm a show up.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
The room was packed, fans buzzing and cameras rolling. Just another day in the world of boxing, but with Tank in the room, tensions were bound to flare.
And I promise you, you better lead them home. You better lead the females home. On my mother, you better lead the females home and the kids. On my mother. Yeah, now watch this.
They gonna
now
be
watch.
There. They gonna be
now
there.
watch. Now watch.
What's different from 10 minutes ago when you said that?
You know how when they told you say how like I posed for Lomachenko, right? Mm-hmm. And like how he said like he was retired and things like that. I feel as though like we've been in it so long that we are getting tired of it. Like we've been beating our body up so long, but it be like situations like just now, like when he talking that spark the plug again.
Yeah, that's what I want. Is that all it takes for you? Is that all it takes? Just a little comment? Nah, but that's what I want though. I don't want you to fight me like you saying you're going out.
It always go like this. It always go like this.
Nah, what I'm saying, you just said you feel like you going out.
They go to sleep.
I don't want you to feel like you going out.
Lamont Roach didn't hold back either, making it clear this press conference was getting seriously heated.
Why was it so easy when he fought Frank Martin?
Frank Martin was inexperienced and nervous. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be a different fighter when he's fighting me.
Hey, what's your game plan for the
whoop his ass. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off.
All the trash talking is building up to an epic showdown this March, with both fighters locked in and ready for battle.
Beat his ass for y'all talking.
shit. Wait,
For real. So I better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all was
all that
quiet, if y'all was-
ski
if
mask
y'all
and
was
all that.
loud,
They got
what
the
y'all
hood
fucking
over there,
talking
man. Like twisted up. I don't give a fuck
Y'all
about none
can
of that.
do whatever
I don't
y'all
care about
want.
none of
My
that.
mother, he
I don't
can't
care
stop
about no
nothing
hood,
over
no
here.
none of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna f them up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's
Well,
gonna
y'all
get f***ed
under
up
y'all
over here.
face
What do I look like getting f***ed up?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That shit ain't never gonna stop nothing over here.
And he gonna pay for it. I guarantee
can't-
he pay for it.
I can't.
I guarantee it.
Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
They probably gonna get you fucked up. Look, fool. Hey, fool. This me and you, fool. This me and you, fool.
Tank.
This me and you, fool. Don't worry about them. They might get you. They gonna trick you out your spot. They gonna trick you out your spot, fool. Don't worry about them.
Come on, stop. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all know how I'm coming. So stop it. Y'all gonna make it hard for him. That's what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna make it hard for him.
Lamont Roach isn't happy about Tank's retirement talk. He sees it as a slap in the face and a clear sign that Tank doesn't view him as a serious threat.
Is that he's going to retire at the end of next year? Do you think he has one foot out the door?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a mistake for him to say that, especially in front of me. So, I'm gonna just take advantage of him and show him why he shouldn't have said that or why he shouldn't be.
Roach is stepping into the ring with one mission: to derail Tank's retirement plans and make his mark on boxing history. But Tank's confidence says it all. He's already treating this fight like a walk in the park.
My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them.
Don't
bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They gonna celebrate with me. Yeah,
don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's the name? He was shaking on the
Pops.
On my kids, he was shaking on this thing. On my kids, he was shaking.
Don't say, bro.
That's cap. What I about to say?
How you gonna say it's cap? And
it gotta be.
You gonna say it's cap? I'm watching them.
Gotta be. Hey,
somebody lying.
Good.
Hey,
yeah, somebody lying.
Hey.
Somebody lying.
Hey.
Okay, Tank.
Let's be real. If this really is Tank's last year, he should be facing someone like Shakur Stevenson, not Lamont Roach. There are definitely bigger, more fitting fights for him.
No Lamont Roach, but when you're looking at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at these other fighters that he should really be fighting, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
So don't come and but don't come and come at me.
Yeah.
And go, oh yeah, let's give it all, very big bollocks, and go, oh yeah, let's give him some stick, and then make out like we want the fight. And then we send an offer over, and then you fight for 15 million, and yet you fight Lamont Roach. Don't do all that. Do you know what I mean?
It was a real offer. That was true then.
It was a real offer. We offered. I said, listen, you keep talking shit. My promoter's going to get back to you in 48 hours. 50 minutes. Initial offer sent over. But was it Unquile didn't let him out to play? His boss didn't let him out. That's it. So he wants to talk about 50 million. First offer. First offer.
There was room to negotiate.
Of course there was. But he's an idiot. I don't even know if he knows what negotiating.
Yep. That means saying goodbye to the Shakur Stevenson fight.
You hope Tank, I know he's announced that he's retiring at the end of 2025. I don't know if you believe that or not, but
I don't know. I thought he was very sincere. Sometimes the hunger,
fed up with,
maybe, but boxing can do that to you, I think, in general. So I think that maybe he wants to do something different with his life. We can only look after our own, and that's Shakur Stevenson. And for me, Schofield, Zepeda, Tank. That's the plan for 2025. And if we were to do that, I think Shakur against Tank is one of the best fights in boxing. Two unbelievable fighters.
At its core, this feud isn't just about boxing. It's about control, respect, and legacy. Tank feels Floyd has been trying to control his career for years, while Floyd sees Tank as someone throwing away his true potential.
Floyd left Bob Arum. It's good for them to do it and become their own boss. And then if another guy does it, it's not good for the sport. He's disloyal. And what's wrong with Tank saying he want to be his own boss? And honestly, I've been there. The relationship between them two is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship. It's up and down and up and down. And I'm not going to elaborate to everything that I know, but it's a very toxic relationship. And that's why when I tweet stuff, I don't tweet often, but when I tweet, I may fire off 50 tweets in the day. And that's why when I tweeted certain things about the relationship, Tank retweeted it because he knows. Like, I'm not just going to say what it is. It's a very toxic relationship. It's back and forth. And I think it will serve him best to go and be his own.
The Calvin Ford drama made everything worse, with both sides feeling betrayed, and Tank's sudden retirement plans added the ultimate curveball, leaving everyone, including Floyd, unsure of what's next.
While he mentioned being retired, he also seems like he's got a plan before retirement, which I appreciate. Listen, man, life is about planning. Yeah. And if anything, consider that a part of his plan. He knows what he wants to do, and he knows what he's trying to do before he gets out of here. At the same time, like Terrence, for instance, I don't talk to Terrence about retirement. He'll ask me sometimes like, how you feel, how is that kind of stuff. I try not to be overly excited about it. I'm excited as heck to be retired. But when it comes to Terrence, it's my boy. What I can is put bugs in his ear, in his head about wanting to be retired, because I know once the closer you get to wanting to be there, the closer you are to there and further away from actual competition, you know? So, Tank, you know, while he mentioned being retired, he also seems like he's got a plan before retirement, which I appreciate.
Heading into his fight with Lamont Roach, Tank has a lot on the line, not just proving himself to fans, but also to himself. With all the drama surrounding him, the big question is whether he can keep his focus sharp enough to come out on top.
Tank Davis. Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer. George was a puncher. Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in. Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition. He was doing that a lot. And he gotta be careful of that. 2 fights ago, he was really doing that. You feel me? So you gotta be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you gotta be careful of. Other than that, Tank is
If Tank beats Lamont Roach, it could cement his legacy and give him an ideal finish if he's really planning to retire, but a loss would completely change the narrative.
May or may not fight guys like Shakur or Devin. What would his legacy be then in your eyes?
I think his legacy will be in his time, which he need to be respected for, that Tank did what most of the greats did in their time. One ballot, as far as I'm concerned, Hall of Famer. So based on that, in his time, as far as his era, where it was loaded with fighters or fights and fighters that, you know, could have fought each other and they didn't. Every era has that same situation. I don't think that ever gonna go away or ever would be something dismissed from eras of conversation. But I think Tank Davis, you know, understand his path and gonna go by what he feels. Hey, he's young still, might change his mind, who knows? Something might happen in the next 1 or 2 fights where there's an automatic repeat or rewind of something spectacular on his way out.
Floyd has already hinted at possibly returning to the ring, and some fans think he might use Tank's retirement to bring the attention back on himself. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit like, subscribe, ring the bell to stay updated, and share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.